Yo, what's happening? It's your boy Elijah Blake, and right now keep it locked with Gallo, the guy you know, my brother. Love.
I admit it when I said I came to kick it, girl, I was lying. I got so damn carried away, there's nothing left that I can say. I want you now, I need you now, I gotta get that.
Okay, what's up? It's Nick Gallo, the guy you know. I'm here with singer, songwriter, bro. Like you do everything. Yeah, Elijah Blake. How are you, bro?
Good, man. How you feeling?
Good. Can't complain. No, just you killed it tonight. From your own songs to the covers, and then for the Kanye event as well. So like, yeah, how was it? Just the crowd and everything.
Man, it was good. I love venues like this where it's intimate and you get to touch and feel the people. We were talking about it like a couple weeks ago. I was in Detroit with Keisha, and that was just a whole another kind of venue. It was just, it was like a big arena with the lights and everything. But then sometimes you miss the people, you know what I mean? And you get lost in the lights. Not necessarily that one. I love that crowd, actually. I had a good time. But this tonight, I could just feel everybody who understood which lyrics touched certain people the most. Everyone in the crowd who started dancing, I was so connected. So that was fun.
Yeah, I know. When was it? August 25th, you released Audiology.
Yeah.
So how was that whole process doing this project from your previous ones? How did this differ, I guess?
So this was my first project without Def Jam, and it's the first project I feel like people, when they heard it, I didn't have to say nothing. They were like, wow, like we get what you were trying to go for this whole time. And not to say that Def Jam didn't get it. I think it just was so many cooks in the kitchen. And right now we're in an age where it doesn't need, you can go directly to the consumer because of streaming. Yeah, thank God, right? Because of Spotify and everything. You don't really need a middleman. So I'm loving this energy and this vibe that I'm in right now and this space that I'm in because I got so much I wanted to say and I don't need it to be approved by 12 different people for me to say that. You know what I mean?
And like, how was it different, I guess? What was one thing that stood out for you, like different recording this project from your previous ones that really stood out to you?
I wasn't nervous about what anyone else was gonna say but me. It was my liberation, my freedom. Actually, when the album was coming out, I just wanted to be like, well, if people are gonna hate me, at least let them hate me for who I really am and not for who other people are trying to paint me as. So when it came out, I was like, I just wanted my fans to know that I didn't just give up on them, because some of them were mad that they felt like I quote unquote chased the radio single I Just Wanna. But it's like if you're signed to a major label and you want a major release, you got to kind of give them their song. And that was the one song. Yeah, that was the one song I felt like, okay, I can have fun with this song, and then y'all can have what y'all want. But with this project, I just wanted to kind of tell my story and create my own narrative. And I think I did that. I was butt-ass naked on the album cover. You know what I mean? Like, I want to just break out of all those boxes.
And I want to say, Technicolor, the video, dope. Like the Prince influence, Janet influence. What really inspired you to do? Because I love the throwbacks too. So I was happy. I always appreciate everyone bringing it back to the '90s.
Yeah. Being a millennial and a '90s baby, I feel like I missed out on the '80s. You know what I mean? I wish I was born around the mid '70s, early '80s, because I feel like those artists really the amount of fucks were non-existent. Prince and Madonna and Bowie, and I wanted to kind of pay homage to those people that kind of inspired that fearlessness in me for the Audiology project, and that's what we did. So I linked up with Chris Grant, who actually went to Performing Arts High School with me, and he's now Beyonce's creative director, and they killed did you see what they just did at Coachella? I'm telling you, Chris used to dance like that. He used to try to put together our talent shows like that. I promise you. I was like, you gonna get with somebody. So when he got with Michael and he got with Beyonce, I was like, yeah, there's no one else you can. Because who else got that kind of budget? You know what I mean? In 2018, it's not happening. So I called him up and we rehearsed for so long. I live in these high rises and they got a dance studio in the basement. We rehearsed and then pulled the video off. So thank you to all the dancers and everybody and people like you who appreciate it. Yeah.
And when I think of Elijah Blake, I think so much like you, Stacey Barth, Gene Noble. I think of Major. All the not just artists, you're songwriters too. You're the ones you're in front of the camera, but a lot of people forget you are the ones that wrote these songs for these big artists. How does it feel just that? And also, I think you all need a reality show because I've interviewed all of them as well. And yeah, you are awesome. Like every single one of you. I mean, just inspirational. Like, you know, how does it just feel knowing you're on the back end writing all these big hits for, you know, everyone?
I've never kind of looked at it as like the back end because I get to wear shirts that I want to wear thanks to publishing checks like Climax. You know what I mean? And at one point I was a starving artist, and that wasn't fun. So now when I hear a song for Rihanna or Justin Bieber or Usher that I wrote, I'm like, okay, Neiman's, here I come. Like, you know what I mean? But it helps also, all jokes aside, it helps to feed back into my artistry because a lot of Technicolor, like, some of that came out of my own pocket. And, you know, because, you know, labels don't really have the budget. You know, like they say Michael Jackson rehearsed for 3 months for Thriller. You know what I mean? Like, you're lucky if you get 3 days from a major label, you know what I mean? Because everything is so tight. So, because I've been able to write for people and been successful behind the scenes is what helps me in front of the scenes and bring my vision to the forefront. Yeah.
I know you and Keisha Cole are dope close friends. You know, how did you like really bond? Because I've been following. If you ask her, tell her she knows who I am. And Keisha Cole is one of the dopest people. You know, I've been following her since like 2004. So how did you really connect?
She's an incredible human being. I just think I grew up in a house full of women, so I feel like I know how to deal with women in every part of their crazy. And she's one of them. We're really like brother and sister. Like we fight, like we're fighting now actually. Yeah. So we're not talking to each other right now. But this happens all the time. It's just how family is. Like actually I think she got on stage and said fuck me at her show. But which is crazy because I was backstage like and she's like fuck that nigga. And I was like let me go back to my dressing room. But no, I love her to death and she's been there for me in some of the most crucial parts of my career and just giving me advice through things, and I've been there for her too in terms of what she was going through with her marriage and so many things. So she's really like, when I say family, we really are. We love like brothers and sisters. We look out. We buy each other gifts like brothers and sisters, and we get mad at each other over like cereal and stupid stuff like brothers and sisters. So that's like my family. Yeah.
And you know, one thing I want to talk about. I know you get. I want to make sure I pronounce it right. Karajishi. Yes. Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah. Someone said, yeah, give up the ghost. So how was it, you know, you both coming together?
GC interview, by the way. To answer the question, man.
What's the question? How was it?
How did you come together and like work together and then, you know, want to really, you know, create stuff together?
So Elijah hit me up after he heard my third album and thought it was some interesting shit. Wanted to add a little bit of a mix of some of the stuff that I do in my personal productions with a lot of his music. So he flew out to Chicago and we got into a studio in Fort Knox, and we just got there day one, and I had a little bit of a beat started for Give Up the Ghost, and we ended up working for the whole day, like 12 hours, and that at the end of that day we had the whole track done. We really clicked. We clicked so well together. It was crazy.
Okay, so Ben's being humble. He's a fucking like savant and a genius. Like this guy plays like every instrument. Like so on the Karajishi project, he's playing the piano. I'm like, yo, let's bring back ignorant piano solos, like just for the fun of it, you know, because people like that musicality and it's not in music no more. Instead of just throwing a rapper on there, if people could just throw a rapper on there just because, why not throw a dope piano solo on there? Because I believe, and I refuse to not believe that there's still people that care for the good of music, you know what I mean? So so all the songs, like there's piano solos, there's guitar solos, and all kinds of shit. So yeah, I was going through a phase where I was sick of the radio, and I want to just create without any limitations and any boundaries. And I had just came across this project, and I was like, oh my god, this kid does not like know about any of the bullshit. Like he hasn't like seen any like crazy money from the music industry, or, you know what I mean? So it just was so innocent, like, you know what I mean? And like, I just think that's just so amazing to me when we work together.
And it's Raider Day.
Yeah, all the fears that I didn't have before, that's where he's at right now. So I want to make as much music while he's still 19. Is there anything else you want to say, Ben?
Yeah, man, I'm just really happy to be working with you. I'm really pumped. Karajishi's coming out. Give Up the Ghost is out now. We got like 4 more songs coming out. So, and we'll be making some new shit soon. So, yeah, pumped about it.
GC interview.
Let's go. Let's fucking go.
Gallo is Mike.
You good. You know, but like, what else you want to accomplish as a group and then as well on your own? Because I could truthfully see you. I mean, I don't know if this is something I could see you on reality TV, like Love and Hip Hop. You know, being maybe not a full time, but you know.
They don't have enough security for me to be on Love and Hip Hop. I've told them, because this has been a conversation before, and there's been opportunities for reality TV. It's like how real. Because if somebody throws a drink at my face, it's not gonna stop there. I'm throwing a table and a couple people at you. So, like, what is the insurance policy? Because I'm really from Florida, and I'm really like all this eclectic, artistic shit goes out the window. Like, I'm really a Florida boy, and we get down. So that's just been a conversation. Like, how real is it? Are y'all gonna set some people up to get beat up? So, yeah. So you know what I mean. And also, again, it is like I said, how real does it get? I can't, you can't just say something to me or about me and slander my name. And this is something I work hard to build. I'm from the church. My mother is somebody I talk to all the time. You know what I mean? So, you know, if I can be as truthful as possible on my music, and I can kind of control that. I don't know if let's say if somebody walks in the room and they're like, and I'm like, ugh, like them shoes are sick, right? And then they take that voice bite, and then I see like a poor homeless lady with a bad wig, and then they're like, oh, that wig, right? And make me seem like a terrible person. You know what I mean? So I'm down for the reality TV if it makes sense. You know, if it goes the right way. Because I'm definitely like a character. I'd like to think so.
And one thing, how do you feel about music today? Because, you know, music, for me, it's a love-hate relationship with music, because it's so, like you were saying, the radio, there's times where I don't even know what the top 10 is because I'm just bored with it. I'm listening to throwbacks and, you know, stuff that people aren't listening to. You know, so what are your thoughts on music today?
My thoughts, so I'm going to answer this, and I'm in a really good place, not more so with just music, but with where technology is, right? People with our type of taste and who appreciate, like, certain things that, you know, like 5, 6, 7, or 8-year-olds who love the radio don't, they can pull up their iPhones and listen to that, and we can go on our Spotify or Apple Music playlist and listen to what we want to. You know what I mean? So it's great for people like me. You know what I mean? Like, and I do very well on that market. You know what I mean? Like on that side of things. I don't know if Def Jam ever figured out the radio thing for me. I Just Wanna was like one that did really well. I think that's at like 40-something million streams. But it's like, streaming is more so like, and I think so long as there's an avenue or a place where people could come for Elijah Blake music, and Elijah Blake can get the music right to the people and the message can come, you know what I mean? I can see how they respond and react to it. I think technology is in a great place for people who want to find what they want to find, and people who know what they want. Because if you don't know what you want, that technology ain't gonna help you either.
Like I said, it's a love-hate, because I miss my music stores, but at the same time, like you're saying, with technology, yeah, you don't have the physical records anymore, you know, but like you were saying, you can find what you're looking for easily, opposed to before, so I agree with you a lot, yeah.
Imagine like when they had to like wait till like their favorite song came on the radio. Sometimes it never did. You know what I mean?
To the box, and you purchase 99 cents and you would wait like a whole hour.
I remember when I used to like wait. Okay, so as a kid, like the first video that they gave me a hard on was Mariah Carey's Honey video. I used to call BET and MTV and request that video all day, and it would never come on. I was like a perverted, like little 6-year-old, like, can I see Mariah Carey? And they were like, you need to be a certain age to request songs and videos. So I'm like, and I see Mariah Carey's Honey. You know what I mean? So now I can just go on YouTube. You know what I mean? So I think that's the cool thing about it. Yeah.
You know, what else do you want to accomplish that you haven't accomplished yet? And like still with your different projects, what do you really want to, I guess, project to the people and your fans? And then what else you want to accomplish that you haven't yet?
I still feel like I haven't done a dope world tour. That is like definitely like the goal for like the end of this year. You know, I've traveled the world and I've performed all over the world, but in terms of like a tour for a specific project, like a couple months, like I haven't done that yet. So I want to definitely do that, and I definitely think a Grammy for my own art. You know, I'm not complaining. 2 on other projects. Some people never get any. You know what I mean? So 1 for my own, and also like, just more accolades and more, because I'm loving the growth. You know, there's been a gradual growth in the Elijah Blake spectrum, and I just love to see what that turns into and how. And then the Kari Jishi stuff, I want to be doing nothing but festivals next year with that. You know, so it's cool growing that from the ground up, because it's like, you know, when as an artist, like when I release my stuff, I can hear a certain song and see if it'll be like, okay, this will be a fader premiere, this will be a complex premiere. So with Kara GC, you're kind of like starting from square one. It's like, oh shit, like I'm a whole brand new artist all over again. Yeah. But it's cool that I could do like a passion project like that and appeal to a whole nother demographic. That's a whole nother side of me. You know what I mean? It's really dope.
Bro, I want to wish you all the best of luck. Like I said, on this project, you know, I know you're just gonna take off even more from what you already have accomplished. Because I mean, your accolades already are, like you were saying, 2 Grammys. I mean, come on now. I mean, but yeah, it's Nick Gallo, Gallo the guy you know, here with Elijah Blake.
Thank you so much. Amazing.
Appreciate it.